Is it this video? All the changes are made up. I don't know. What do you mean all the changes are made up? Oh, he did this last year. And I actually don't think any of the changes popped up. Hey YouTube, iDom here. Quick little update. We're going to be uploading to the channel on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week. So if you guys aren't already subbed, be sure to sub to the channel and enjoy the videos in the upcoming weeks.
So I'm actually going to start out with a Ryu nerf. I know you guys are going to hate this. The Ryu community is going to exile me, but I'm actually going to start out with a Ryu nerf. I'm reverting heavy donkey kick back to -4.
Bro, no one punishes it anyway.
How about this as a quality of life change? I mean, this is a buff. It's more like a quality of life buff. Because if you guys don't know, Luke's DPs, and I think most DPs in this game, have a thing where they lose a bunch of damage if you hit on the late active frames. And for most characters, it's not that big of a deal, but for Luke, it's really noticeable.
This is bad because modern. I was gonna make a video about this, and like I said, I'm not a modern hater because I know a lot of people in the community actually kind of like need modern to play, but modern makes this game so hard to balance. I think modern is doing more damage to this game than it actually is doing good. Modern's not healthy for this game. I get that you want more people to play, but modern is not healthy for the game at all. Outcome control
levels, slower animation than single drink.
EX drink would be too strong. Opponent neutral jumps at round start. Jamie does EX drink and the round is over. The round is over is crazy. I do think it would be kind of annoying if you play against Jamie, you get hit by like a low forward into like Rekka, and then he does EX drink and now he's level 2. I can see that be kind of annoying, but the other one's kind of whatever. I guess if you just knock him down, then he does EX DP. Are you there? You say you do drive rush and he DPs because you do like a fake string and then he does EX drink. He'll have 2 drive meters left, but even then the recent buff that gave him more drive meter when he drinks would probably give him like a full drive meter back, right? No, so you have 3 and then he'll be at level 2.
So I'm just saying that they should just have like a perpetual hitbox that stays out between the first and second hits, so that can't happen. Vacuum effect on first hit of level 2 so people don't fall out of fireball punishes. I mean, I can give you guys that, but it seems like all Chun players want is just quality of life stuff. Is that all you guys want? You just want quality of life fixes? I can give you that.
Chun-Li would still be trash. This doesn't help Chun-Li at all. I mean, Chun-Li's not terrible, but this doesn't help Chun-Li at all. She'll still be irrelevant.
Level 2 mini booms do significantly less drive gauge damage on block. That works much better. Doesn't ruin any combos. I'm just gonna keep this one simple and just say stand MK slightly worse as an anti-air. I'm not gonna kill it completely.
The Guile changes is weird because like he'll still be very good. I guess the stand medium kick being a worse anti-air, you would just nerf all his normal anti-airs to kind of encourage Guile to do flash kick more. But even then, the problem with doing flash kick more is like you kind of always got to be moving in this game. And if he doesn't have good normal anti-airs, then Guile's probably just gonna suck.
This is a huge nerf to Kimberly because Kimberly players have no sense of risk reward. They are lunatics. And if you give a lunatic an invincible EX reversal, they are going to use it 4/7.
Unironically, you would have to nerf the run then. I think if she got this change and they nerfed the run to not frame trap me, I wouldn't even mind.
I guess we'll do that as change number 2. EX Tatsu no longer cancelable into level 2.
I don't care. That's a bad change. These changes are proof that I legit don't think Capcom really knows what to do with these characters. Those Kim changes are kind of like useless in my opinion. It is very weird that some of these things are actually being what you call yeah, the game would kind of be the exact same.
So Jinrai low follow-up now -6 on block.
There's too many biases.
You know what, let's do this.
Oh,
-8 just to be safe. You know what, let's just make it -20.
Ken would be terrible, right? -7's a lot. You would get medium punished every time, and like a lot of characters would just punish you like with low effort. Yeah, you would get punished a lot. Like if you did low follow-up for Jinrai, you would actually just eat like 3,500 because most characters with medium punish counter you, and then you would take mad damage.
Stand HP gets 2 additional frames of recovery on whiff only. Like,
bro, I get counter hit.
Stand Fierce having like no whiff recovery, but like right now you can whiff this thing in someone's face and it's really hard to punish.
I don't think anyone whiffs stand heavy punch. This one's a weird change because I feel like this doesn't happen. Whipping stand heavy punch rarely happens. Jinrai, I think this would hurt Ken a lot, but this one is kind of irrelevant.
Dhalsim I am gonna actually give Dhalsim one nerf and probably a giga buff. This is a big nerf. His jump fierce.
Yo, true.
I have no idea.
Yo, it's unanti-airable. I'm glad. Yo, Dhalsim sucks, but that is broken. That's unanti-airable. I've never anti-aired Dhalsim doing jump heavy punch. That actually is unanti-airable.
Bear with me because I'm also going to do this.
So true. Nah,
that's not much invincibility.
I'm
not making it as invincible as other level ones. So you can use it as a reversal.
I could have swore Sim's level 1 is throw invincible, isn't it? I thought it was. I thought his level 1 was throw invincible, but I don't like that change.
I feel like DJ is obnoxious, but I kind of feel like DJ being obnoxious is actually kind of his identity in this game. I feel like unlike most characters, he's obnoxious on purpose. I might just leave him the way he is, honestly.
DJ is the most balanced character in SF6. DJ is the middle ground of the game.
Manon. Stand LP now +5 on hit.
Hey.
I think this gives her a few buffs simultaneously because it means that she can now do jab into light kick, which significantly buffers her light confirms, and also it gives her better counter hit and punish counter confirms, I think. So this has a bunch of useful effects.
That stand light punch change would actually do a lot, chat. That was actually kind of like, this one would be really big, but this one wouldn't do anything. The stand medium kick one actually, I don't think would do anything at all. But this button is very useless, so it's very hard to change. But non-stand light punch is pretty good. It's just you don't really get anything for it. Yeah, that's why I think they should buff. That's why I would buff her stand light punch instead of her crouch light punch, because her crouch light punch is her crouch light punch has decent range to it. Her stand light punch has no range, but if it was +5, then you'd be able to link into mediums on counter hit, so mashing would kind of be worth it. Wait, EX Gladius armor is now full body invincible, so if you get hit by a low, you just get punched in the face? That shit would be mad annoying. All Marisa would do is just walk back and forth and randomly EX Gladius. That sounds mad unfun. That's already what she does though. Yeah, but you can hit her low, so like if you have a good low, you can kind of just blow that up. That actually sounds mad unfun.
EX viable level 2 cancel delayed, because the way it works right now is the cancel happens the millisecond the first swipe happens.
The whole character, all the new SF6 characters changes have been really bad because they're all just so hard to change. I'm curious what to see with JP.
Okay, Zangief. Level
That's an anointed one.
Startup reduced to 12 frames.
Yo.
Level 2,
you would never be able to throw a fireball.
Slow right now.
I don't think this is good either. You would literally not be able to throw a fireball versus Geef as soon as level 2 is stored. And then at this point, I don't think you should have a reversal. He has more health than everyone.
BT on Geef. The Geef wakes up level 2 and then they can just block in time. I don't want to make it 10 to beat like jabs consistently.
That's crazy.
That's a bit much. Also, this makes it better as a fireball punish. Lily. Every single time we do one of these lists, I cannot fix Lily in 2 changes.
Bro, all the characters in SF6 are poorly designed, chat. I stand on this. No, all the characters in SF6 are actually poorly designed. I love Broski, but this is actually just proving the system of the game is kind of... Yeah, I'm telling you, the system is... I legit just think that's the issue. The system is... You can't fix it. It's very hard. The system of the game is kind of just flawed because it's very hard to make a character better or worse because it's usually just how they interact with the system.
Chakotay just spawning in. Hey, Chakotay, answer this question. I'm going to give you free rights to give one Lily buff here.
What am I making my list?
Light Spire off light attacks. Deal. I don't even know if that's a big deal, but like...
You can combo into Light Spire off a light attack? Is that a good thing?
Stand HK reverted to -4. I don't know why the f they made this thing safe. I don't know why the f they made it plus after a drive rush. Like that's a charity buff. Like other than jab medium level 3.
This is useless. Yo, I'm telling you, useless buff. This is actually a million times useless. This is so irrelevant. That one, the medium arrow into level 3. That is beyond useless. You can't change this game. This game is cooked. This is a very whatever change.
If you smack Rashid, he loses the Great Desert Storm. Even JP's level 2. They had the good sense to make it go away. Number two. I think we need a second level 2 nerf, honestly, because this is actually probably not that big of a deal. Slightly reduced total time of level 2. So like Right now, it lasts, that tornado stays out for an astonishing amount of time.
Yeah, Rashid is Ken with level 2. Nerf level 2. Rashid is Ken. Every character is Ken. Street Fighter 6. Rashid would have to hide behind the tornado because taking a risk on getting hit and then just wasting your bars would suck. And then the other problem is like perfect parry is incredibly strong. So you would just eat. Say you do get a knockdown. Say you go for like a meaty overhead so you can combo off the level 2 and then you just get perfect parried and then it's like, oh well, I wasted my level 2 because I got perfect parried out of it. That would suck. Oh yeah, and drive reversal. If you ever do the tornado thing, the enhanced mixer, the enhanced light mixer, and the person just drive reversal, oh, you wasted 2 bar and what, I spent 2 drive meters that, yeah, you guessed it, regens because game design. It'd actually be bad. Like, this is why Street Fighter 5 had it in a good sense. Rashid's V-trigger was really strong, and there were obviously really strong V-triggers in the game, but the difference between V-triggers and drive meter is like, say G did EX low rush into V-trigger, you would always V-reversal that because G couldn't do anything about it, and then it was basically trading G's activation of his V-trigger for 1 V-reversal. And then that 1 V-reversal didn't matter because it was like, oh, well, if I did that, now I don't have to deal with Laura activating party time on my ass. So I wasted my brain dead neutral skip, but now I don't have to deal with Laura doing her party time bullshit. So it was a fair trade. The problem with SF6 is like, if Rashid wasted his level 2, so I didn't have to deal with this Ken player just drive rushing at me constantly, it would be a fair trade-off. But the problem starts becoming, I wasted my level 2, Ken drive reversals me, Ken just sits back, walks back and forth for like 10 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna do low forward drive rush, and then it's just rinse repeat. Do I think they're gonna add a new drive mechanic? Probably not. If I'm being completely honest, I think they'll add new special moves. That's my biggest copium. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. But I legit think the only thing they could actually do is probably just add more special moves. More specials with modern existing though. I guess that would be kind of hard, but I think that's kind of the only thing they really can do.
Aki, now here's the thing. Look, whatever I say here, no one's gonna like it. You guys are gonna yell at me regardless. Level 2 becomes projectile invincible if the first hit makes contact. So rather than just give it full projectile invincibility, I'm gonna say that it only becomes projectile invincible if it actually hits you. You know what? I'm actually gonna nerf Aki. Crouch MK adds a little scaling as a combo starter.
I feel like that does nothing.
Yeah, this move's dumb.
SF6 seems too inconsistent in terms of what's going to happen at times. Defense was more rewarding. Yeah, I mean, Sanford, the problem is like the defensive mechanic is just way too strong, because as boring as I think the game's offense starts becoming, throw loop is so strong because there's no real way to play offense in this game without it. So it's just a hard game to kind of just like balance anywhere. There's nothing really that scares you in this game from blocking, because the game not having chip damage as well is very, very bad.
Command backdash, I don't know what it's called, is in a punish counter state. So if I do correctly read that you are going to try and backdash cancel, is it kill rush? Okay, kill rush back. So if I do correctly read that you're going to try and backdash,
yeah, these changes are whatever. I don't even think this matters. Oh man, kill rush is in punish counter state. That's very whatever change.
EX adamant flame now
-8.
-8.
Which way gotta be 8?
Go? This is gonna be punishable. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how punishable. I'm gonna say -8 on block.
Ooh,
this is his
so real.
most damaging combo starter. I not only should this thing be punishable, I think this should be like medium/heavy punishable. If you want to save
pre-washed,
you still
it is obvious. No, -8.
Just a reminder, the heavy punch version, which also gives you a juggle in the corner, is still completely safe.
Dude, Akuma players really do EX adamant flame. It's not even that. It's just you can buffer like crouch medium punch into EX adamant flame in the corner, and if I get hit, I'm going to eat like 4,000 damage meterless into probably me getting throw loop still, versus like if I block crouch medium punch into EX adamant flame, he's -3 in my face and he might DP me. Our worst case scenario, he does that and then I get perfect parried, and then he does crouch medium punch into EX adamant flame into 2k in my life, and I'm in a throw loop scenario. Moves being -3 in this game is basically plus. It doesn't matter because parry exists. If this were Street Fighter 5, When Laura had -2 and she was point blank in my face, it was like, well, Laura can't do anything because she has to guess, because that's how the game worked. There were a lot of characters with moves that were just like -2 and point blank. But the thing with being -2 and point blank in Street Fighter 5 was like, she can't do anything. She's at my will, because she's not going to reversal me, and there's not really much she can do. Being -3 in this game and in the person's face sucks, because I can just mash, or if you want to play the mind game, I tap parry and then you get perfect parried, and if I don't get a perfect parry, I'm getting my meter back anyway. Or if you try to walk forward and throw me because I'm far enough, I just walk back and then you shimmy to yourself and then you eat mad damage anyway. Straight up remove the slowdown on perfect parry. I was talking to somebody about this. It was like one of the developers, and I do think one thing about most of the modern fighting game is people like to see the slowdown. Like just seeing slowdowns in like games like Strive, Counter, or even like even in Smash, where it's like, oh, somebody died, Smash KO effect, I guess. People love this. Tekken the slowdown. People love that. It gets people super hype.
You think the sky is falling in. What was the next character? Is it Bison? We just need damage nerfs here. Like, that's the key thing. His damage is still obscene, honestly.
Everyone's Bison damage nerfs, but everyone in the cast is 6,500 to 7,000 damage. You're not wrong. I actually do kind of agree with that. Like, every character in the game kind of do a lot of damage anyway, but it's kind of my other problem with the game too. Every character just hit like a truck. It's not really that cool to nerf damage, because every character kind of just out damage. I can't believe I feel sympathetic for a Bison player, but it is kind of true. The deeper the game, the harder it is to balance. I disagree. I feel like the less depth the game has, the harder it is to balance. I think it's very easy to change a game if the character has more ways that they're strong than others. Like Bison, for example. Bison's obviously very good, but how is Bison stronger than any of the other characters? His damage is absurd, but a lot of characters' damage is absurd, and Scissors Kick is strong, I'll give you that, but that's kind of it. That's kind of the two things I think make Bison strong in this game. Bomb mix-up? I don't think Bomb has a mix-up. There's no mix-up with Bomb. You just parry it. Parry kind of diffuses the bomb anyway. I'm scared of Bison because I might get throw looped, but I'm scared of Ken because I might get throw looped. Bison to drive gauge? Bro, Ken my drive gauge. There's a lot of characters in the game that kind of my drive gauge. Yeah, Ryu my drive gauge. There's a lot of characters in the game that my drive gauge.
Honestly, this is probably the best case scenario for Bison players. Scissors is fine, Smile. Honestly, if there was a third change, I would have shot Scissors next, but I think this is more obnoxious.
It's funny because, like I said, I think Scissors is kind of the thing that makes Bison, but that's kind of what when I think of Bison, I think of Scissors Kick. Scissors Kick is just really good, but that's kind of like Bison's shtick.
I still stand by my belief that Mai is not as big as a problem as people think she is. I am still kind of a Mai down player. I do not buy into the Mai top 3 narrative. That being said,
I think a lot of bad players could do really well with Mai as well, but I think the same thing could be said with like Ken as well. It's just how the game works. I feel like people are attacking Mai for no reason. She's just SF6.
Boring and one-dimensional and stupid. She has
the most,
like spammable move in the like EX Fan is just such a dumb move. So I'm gonna focus on that. EX Fan is now a 2-hit projectile, but doesn't bounce outside of having fire stocks. We're turning it into an ordinary ass EX Fireball. Charged is unchanged. I'm gonna leave charged unchanged. Because honestly, if you let Mai charge a fireball for like 25 minutes in neutral, you deserve to hold some pressure. I want this character to be all about managing fire stocks. I think she would be such a cool character.
All right, that was a very, very interesting way to kind of see a lot of those balance changes, and I think a lot of those balance changes were very whatever. I know, professional doomer. I'm not even dooming, chat. Am I a doomer? What should I say, chat? I can't wait for season 3 to come out because Capcom has never done any wrong, and I love Street Fighter, and I can't wait to see what the future of the franchise holds. Is that what I'm supposed to be?